Hey everyone, it's Joe Burgess. Welcome to my stream tonight. Just want to say hello. Hope everybody's having a good night tonight, and hopefully got a big turnout. Hey Maida, what's going on, man? Good to see you out there, man. Good to see you out there. I don't get to do this too much, so I had a little trouble at first, but I got on here, so it's a good thing. So, hey Steve, what's going on? Rob, what's going on? All the way from Arizona. That's a long ways off. It must be early down there. Just about almost 25 minutes of 9 East Coast, so it's late, pretty late down here. So hopefully, hopefully everyone's having a good night, and hopefully my mic's working good. I don't know if it is, but hopefully it is. So, see, Maida had some more money today at Harbor Freight. I'm always spending money at Harbor Freight. It's hard not to spend money at Harbor Freight. That's true. That is definitely true. A lot of good finds there. Definitely a lot of good finds there. You can hear me good, Mater? That's awesome. I wasn't too sure because a lot of times, I don't know, the equipment can be good. Sometimes it's bad, but it's hard to say. I'm glad you guys can hear me okay. Thanks, Robert. I wasn't sure about the mic either. I was having a little trouble at first here, so yeah, it's going so far. If you guys hearing me good, that's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. All right, Steven, I thought you were out of New York. I thought you mentioned that one time. I remember on one of the streams you had mentioned that. I thought I remember that. Sometimes when these streams go long, it's like 3 hours difference. Like it's Robert, I think it's probably a 3 hour difference in Arizona. It's probably like 5:30, maybe 5:36, something like that. I'm not too sure, but I think it's like a 3 hour difference. What I do, Stephen, I'm a technician. Right now, I work as a state inspector, and for the state of Massachusetts, I inspect vehicles like trucks, cars, things like that. And I'm pretty much a technician, but like I said, I jumped into that job because I basically was asked by a shop owner, and he actually said, "Hey, what do you think about jumping in doing state inspections?" And I said, "Sure. I mean, being a technician, stuff like that, it's a little bit easier. All I'm doing is inspecting the safety of the cars, and looking out for people's safety. You know what I mean? Making sure everything's tight, no one's gonna get hurt, or worse. But that's pretty much what I do. And on the side, I like to do side work. I drum up some side work, so I'm always hustling out doing that. And I usually do that on a Sunday. I'll pull that off on a Sunday because I work 6 days a week. So, like today, I worked a full 8 hour day. So, it was pretty long day. And but like I said, when I get the time, usually I do some side work. And No, I mean I mess around with lawnmower engines, stuff like that every once in a while, but most of the time it's just regular vehicles and stuff like that. Um, you know, yeah, like so, like like I tend to mess around in them, but doing a shop environment, I'm usually working on automobiles and trucks. But yeah, sometimes I do mess around with small engines, but not in the shop. You know, a lot of times I'll do that. Do that just at home, messing around. Um, yeah, there actually is emissions testing up here made. It's included in the safety. So basically, you have uh, our emissions in Massachusetts are very similar to California. So when we do emissions tests, it's the exact same guidelines as California. So basically, th- um, it's like that, and we do have an emissions, but safety as well. So that's in there too. But if your car or truck is 15 years or older, you don't have to go through emissions. Like all my vehicles are older, so I don't have to mess around with that, which makes it easier. Definitely makes it easier, and less headaches and worries and everything else. Because soon as that money lights on, you're gonna be spending some good change on it. And if your car's older, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about that anymore. So it's a good thing. You know, um, people I don't know, 8 to 10 year old cars. They have a little tough time because once that light comes on, the repair is going to be pretty expensive most of the time. You know, um, I'm actually toward what they call the South Coast. Um, so Cape, um, it's nice up on the Cape, but I'm on the South Shore. So, like the Cape, yeah, that's a nice place to visit. And I'm more toward like the Brockton area of Massachusetts, where Brockton, Massachusetts is. So that's pretty much where I'm at. As far as places close to me, but I'd be considered the South Coast. But yeah, that's nice to go up there every so often. The Cape, yeah. Um, we got a few. We got the Atlantic Ocean close by. It's about a half hour drive from where I'm at. You know what I mean? And you want to go up to like the beach, it's about half-hour drive, which isn't bad. You know, this is a nice time of the year actually to head up there because it's not really super cold and it's pretty nice out. So yeah, nice time of year to head up there, especially the leaves are falling and everything else. It's not like I'm in a t-shirt right now. I've been like that all day. We're gonna have to throw on a sweatshirt. So, so I would actually keep your SA. I'd keep your American sockets because you never know when it's handy to have them. Because some cars in the 90s and stuff like that, they used to mix up metric and SAE, and it's actually good to hold on to those because you never know when you're going to use them, and sometimes it's so close in an American size to a metric size that you can actually get away with using a American size every so often. So I'd hold on to them. Nothing wrong with having them around because they're good to have. I actually wouldn't get rid of them. One guy told me long ago. He said, "Well, throw in all your American size because you're never going to need it. Buy all metric." And I never got rid of any of my American size sockets or wrenches or anything else like that. I actually held on to them because they still have some use, especially when they mix things up like that. And they're still good to hold on to. I absolutely would hold on to them. I would not get rid of them. No, I definitely would not. And like you said, like you mentioned on 90s Hondas, yeah, even some of like the American stuff, like so like a town car, something like that. A lot of times they used to mix it up. You know, it wouldn't be uncommon to find like a 14 or 13 millimeter, and then a 9/16 or 5/16 or something like that. You know what I mean? They'll throw it in there. You know what I mean? They always throw it in there somewhere. So yeah, I mean, hold on to them, Robert. I definitely would. Hmm. Now, Mater, does that actually have to do with emissions, like, or 25 years old and it doesn't have to go through emissions, or what do you? I just want to know what you meant by that. Anytime, Robin. Anytime. That's that's something like I was told a long time ago, and I would definitely I would definitely not get rid of any of that stuff. Yeah, like Meta says too. You know what I mean? Bought metric and American. So along with quarter-inch drive sockets, absolutely, absolutely. You never know when you're gonna need them. Even like a lot of times you're messing around with small engines or even that 90s stuff. You know what I mean? Hold on to it. You never know. You never know when it's gonna come into good use, because you have something like that. It ends up being like gold, believe me. And to be honest with you, when you have that tool that you think that you don't need, guess what? When you're on a job and you need that tool, you gotta wish you'd pay $1 million for it if you need it, if you could buy it. Believe me, there's no doubt about it. If you have to do that job, there's no doubt about that. It's priceless. It's completely priceless. You know, I mean, me myself, yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of times, something if the price is right and something does come along, pick it up and get it, because I'll tell you one thing: if you do need it, guess what? You're gonna wish you could shake your own hand, because you definitely you're definitely gonna be in a situation like that, and it always comes up. Like a lot of people say, oh, I'm never going to use triple squares or more torques or any tool like that. But guess what? There will be a time. There will be a time where you're going to actually be you're actually going to be needing that tool and wanting that tool. So, and like I said, when that time comes, you're going to be glad that you picked it up. Because especially if the price is right. You know what I mean? I could tell you guys one thing: when um, anytime I've actually come across stuff and the price is right, I don't even hesitate to. I don't even hesitate. A lot of times, if the price is right, I just put the money out. Boom, there you go. And that's you know, it's a good thing. Believe me, it's definitely a good thing. There's no doubt about it. As a matter of fact, a video I just made a couple of days ago. I have an old Codes 4030 machine, and that video I made a couple of days ago at my new shop. There there was there was some there was an old box, and it had the protection equipment on it. So um, it was there from the 1980s. I picked it up and it was free, so of course I'm going to take it. And it coincides with my machine, so I usually do steel rims, but um This will do like mag wheels and things like that. So it actually is going to benefit me for doing mags. So you really never know. Hmm. Older cars, older cars, 15 years in Massachusetts. So if it's newer than 15 years, then you're going through emissions. But like I said, um, my cars are all old, so I mean, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I used to worry about it because there was always it was always a thing, you know, and basically, um, it was always worrying me to have to go through emissions and stuff like that, and every year I'd sweat it out, and it just get harder and harder and harder. So now it's a lot easier now, you know. So it's definitely a lot easier um, to that way instead of sweating it out every year. A lot of times people are sweating it out. You know what I mean? When they come up to me, they're like, "Oh, is my car gonna pass? My car gonna pass?" And yeah, they worry about it a lot. Hmm. My opinion would be actually they're both good, but in high torque applications, you're gonna want a comfort grip handle because the palm of your hand basically is gonna is just gonna it's just gonna hurt after a while after putting a lot of stress and torque on to whatever you're trying to take off. If it's not really a high torque application, then a regular handle is okay. I'm glad you mentioned that, Robert, because um, there's a lot of junk out there as far as ratchets, and I actually mentioned this in one of the live streams the other day, and oh, like Steven said too, it's totally up to the user too. Actually, yeah, that's true too. I just find the lower torque applications are actually um better with the regular handles, and the higher torque applications where you're trying to break bolts and nuts loose. You want a comfort grip, but like Steven said, it's really up to the user too. I mean, everyone makes a ratchet that feels good in the hand, so or comfortable with. Um, but like I said, there is a lot of junk out there too. And I'll tell you one thing. Um, as far as you want to go into it with like tool trucks, dealers and brands, um, something if you want to get into that kind of thing, um, you know, like I had a bad experience the other day with Mac tools, and I'll be completely honest with you, the guy who I thought would actually be the hardest to deal with was Snap on, and he actually was the best to deal with as far as making any kind of warranties and things like that. Because you guys all know in a professional environment, you depend on your tools. I mean, I have a backup for my backups. So so when I end up breaking something, um, it's got to be important to have that recourse. Um, you know, and like getting into like warranties and stuff like that. I mean, you want to go into like tool warranties. You want to get into like Harbor Freight, things like that. A lot of people A lot of people are hating on the Icon. I mean, it's a little bit more money, but you know what? Icon actually is the Harbor Freight's actually stepping it up a little bit with that line. And I mean, not to say that the Pittsburgh is or the Pittsburgh Pro or anything like that, you know, bad. I actually like those two. You know what I mean? I like those. I like those too. But basically, um, I want to say that I think Harbor Freight's doing a pretty good job with that Icon line. You know what I mean? I got a few of theirs, you know, a few ratchets and stuff like that. You know, and a few other tools by them. But like I said, even like the Pittsburgh Pro or you know, any of those two are actually pretty good. So they're coming along pretty good actually. Um, but I was talking about it was maybe about maybe 3 4 weeks ago. I had a real crappy incident happen to me. Like I actually lost. I had gone to the junkyard and I was trying to get some steering knuckles off a Honda Civic. So I was at two different junkyards. I ended up losing my 3/8 impact wrench, and not just that, I end up breaking two Mac ratchets, and I had a long handled one. It was a 3/8. It's that 18-inch 90 tooth ratchet that they have. I've actually broken that ratchet. I'd probably say this is probably the third time, but on this occasion, I was at the junkyard. I had a 1/2 inch 3/8 with the 18-inch and the 90 tooth. That's the one that you know I broke that many times. Plus, I had a 1/2 inch ratchet as well. I broke them both, and not only that, I lost I lost my impact wrench too. Um, but that was a bad day. But you know, it is what it is. I went to warranty a pry bar from Mac, and he actually I remember only paying $20 for the pry bar, and this is off somebody else. And this guy actually it took 4 months actually for this guy to tell me he had his possession for 4 months and told me, oh, this they kicked it back to me, so you owe me $22 and whatever it was, and you're gonna get the broken pry bar back. Wow, wonderful. You know, so um, he's you know he's tough. A lot of the tool truck uh, customers all know the guy, and you know what I mean. I don't even know why. I don't even know why I wanted to deal with it, but I have the two ratchets, and to be honest with you, when I pay him the $22 and whatever it is, and get my broken tool back that was supposed to be warranted, I'm gonna have him fix the ratchets, and I'm never actually gonna buy anything off him ever again. Um, and you know, it is what it is, guys. That's what it comes down to. You know. Um, let me get some comments in there. All right, where are we? I left out there. So I got Mater here saying for the comfort grip oil. That is true, Mater. Absolutely true. And a lot of times, you know, when you do have those comfort grip handles, sometimes when you go to grip them, yes, they do slide out of your hands when they get oily, and it's kind of disappointing. Same thing sometimes even with the regular ones. Yeah, you get a bunch of oil in your hands, or you know something like that, and you go to grab it and it just slips off. A lot of times that happens too. So that actually is a bummer, you know. That's a bummer. That's one thing I don't like about them. So yeah, that is definitely a con in the whole thing. When they do get oily, they do slip out of your hands. It does suck, especially if your hand the hand's just right above something you're gonna hurt it on. So, and that's when you end up hurting it when you're right on when you're right above something and you it slips out of your hand. So that's when you that's when you definitely definitely gonna have that happen. Absolutely. Okay, Mater. You enjoy a coffee, man, and you have a great night. And hopefully, catch one of your live streams in the next few days. So, um, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Uh, I probably lost it. More than likely because I'm gonna say I was at two different junkyards, and of course, you know they have a lost and found, but nobody's gonna turn in a 3/8 Milwaukee half inch. I'm sorry, a 3/8 Milwaukee impact gun. I mean, there could be, but the likelihood of that are pretty slim. Um, I mean, the possibility of getting stolen, while I was trying to get the steering knuckle off, possibly. I think it was like maybe 8 or 9 in the morning, something like that. You know what I mean? It sucked because I had my tool bag with me, and yeah, it just, I go to look in it when when I had some parts in the car, and it wasn't there. What a bummer that was. And then, like I said, like in the same day, I broke those two stupid Mac ratchets. So yeah, that was a bummer. That was definitely a bummer. No doubt about it. Um, I hope nobody stole it. You know what I mean? That actually definitely be a bummer. You know. Um, yeah. Um, but yeah, I did basically. Uh, I don't know. Just trying to remember what I was gonna say. Um, there's three different junkyards on that strip, and the first one I went to, they said, well, it could end up in one of the owners of the junkyard drives around the front end loader, and they said call 5 o'clock at the end of the day. But yeah, I called up and went back the next day, and no one was, no one seen it or anything like that. They actually had a couple of tools in there, you know, but unfortunately, unfortunately, my impact ratchet wasn't in there, which sucks. It definitely sucks. So, wow. You still got anybody who's out there now still? Let's see. Ah, okay, Robert. That's good you hanging around. I appreciate it, man. And cool. Cool. So, what hey Bill, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I'm always I'm always looking around or trying to check out tools that I don't need all the time, Robert. All the time. Every single time. Every single time. I'm probably gonna end up doing it tomorrow, actually. You know, when there's flea markets around, stuff like that. Um, my wife's always looking at me saying, "Hey, what are you buying a tool you're never going to use again?" I'm like, I'll use it, believe me. All right. Bill's giving a big hello to Stephen Doolittle. And what have you been up to, Bill? I haven't heard from you in a while. I haven't seen you out there. I don't actually get a time to stream a lot of times now, so when I get the opportunity, I'll end up doing it. You know what I mean? And I had a little trouble at first. This I had to go back on the stream yard because I couldn't do it off the YouTube one. So I got a little bit of a late start today. Wow, that's it. I've actually seen that. I've never actually seen it in person. The gold ratchet. That's funny. That is funny. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do there because it's one of those things. Is a collector's item, or do you actually use it and grab it on something or to break it loose? You know, that's a good question. That's a definitely a good question. I have a couple of tools like that with somebody like a Dale Earnhardt screwdriver, a couple of things like that. But people have used them, so I said, you know what, they're still good tools. I'm gonna end up using them. But in that case, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do there. I don't know what I'd do there. Maybe it's too nice to use and scratch up. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's hard to say. I've never seen one. I don't think I've ever seen one in Harbor Freight though. Absolutely. This is definitely what I talked about earlier. This is one thing that I've said countless times, and it is so true. Guess what, when you have a Volkswagen come in, or your buddy has a Volkswagen, and you got to take off like a triple square or something like that, you'll pay $1 million for that tool. You'll pay $1 million for it because you're looking and you look through your toolbox and you're like, you know what? I don't have it. So I tend to buy things, knowing that sometime it's gonna be used because it's gonna come down to that. It's definitely gonna come down to that. I've had guys come up to me and say, "Hey, I don't have this tool." You know what I mean? And I'm like, "Well, I have it. I mean, you can borrow it." Or if you're at home doing that side work and you don't have that tool, and it's a Sunday night or a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, you're gonna look back in hindsight and you're gonna say, I should have bought it. That's what you're gonna be saying. I should have bought it. Um, you know what, Bill? I've actually have gone to the Seekonk. Uh, I have gone to the Seekonk Speedway flea market, but um, I got there late, and I guess at that particular flea market, they actually start cutting out of there about uh, believe it or not, I think it's around 12 o'clock. The Raynham flea market, the one I do go to almost all the time, they're open 8 to 5. So um, that's the one I go to. That's my go to. But yeah, I would have loved to gone to the Seekonk Speedway flea market and actually checked it out because they actually have a couple of guys down there that actually sell real good quality stuff. They've been down Raynham a few times too, but they'll go down there. They'll go down there. They'll go back to Raynham around Thanksgiving time. You know what I mean? And they'll sell to the vendors at Raynham and go back there. So, but yeah, I would actually love to go there for the whole day. You know what I mean? Like I said, I got a late start, and I actually took my wife with me, and oh, this is boring, and this is that, and the other thing, and you know what I mean. So there wasn't very many people there, and I ended up leaving. So I got to go myself someday by myself and check it out. You know what I mean? Because I've heard good things about it. You know what, Robert? I've never seen it on the shelf. I've never seen the golden ratchet on the shelf. All the times I've ever been there, and to be honest with you too, um, you're down in Arizona. So what's funny is, a lot of times, uh, the newer tools and stuff like that you guys that drop down the West Coast, by the time they get to the East Coast, it's like months. Um, like this stuff guys are talking about, like Dale Lucid will talk about something, or Clayton will talk about something, and that stuff won't drop into the East Coast until like three months later. And what's weird is, I picked some stuff up there not too long ago, which I didn't even see it on YouTube at all, and I came across it. And usually you guys are seeing that stuff first, and we're seeing it like 3 months later. So um, it's actually dropping there sooner. And I told Dale that too. I said, this stuff you guys know about it like 3 months later than we do. We don't see like say if change a toolbox, or try a new color, or try something different. Then it's a few months later till the East Coast season. That's weird. But yeah. So that happens a lot, and I've talked about that before. No, I don't remember those ones, Bill. I do remember the Taunton flea market, the one that used to be the old dog race track. And I went to that one a few times. They had some good stuff back then, in the '90s. But those two, I don't remember those two. I can't say I remember those. Where were they? That's actually Home Depot products. It's funny, Robert, because the flea markets here, um, it's you never know what's going to be down there. You really don't. Home Depot products, sometimes you see stuff like that. Um, some stuff you buy, and it's like brand new, still in the box. Um, things like that. It's you never know what you're gonna find, really. Um, I went down there last week. I actually got some of those bedhead uh, icon flexing ratchets, not ratchets, wrenches, short stubby ones. We've got some other stuff as well. Some of those guys have some cool stuff down this way. But yeah, sometimes you never know. Sometimes there are stuff like Depot, like return products, stuff like that. Every once in a while, you never know what you're gonna find there. There's this. I've seen people out there selling like parking meters, and uh, there was a lot of people do like house cleanups, and in the house cleanups they find like boxes, and there's like all different types of things in the boxes, and they usually bring them down there and sell them. So yeah, I mean it's a mixed bag of everything really. They have a mixed bag of everything down that way, down here. Um, but that's kind of funny. So North Attleboro, okay. No, yeah, the Taunton flea market was a cool one. That was back in the '90s, and and then the car auction took them over. But yeah, that had a lot of sweet stuff. I mean, I was I think I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what year that went to the car auction, but it was just before 2000, I think. But yeah, it is sad. That was a good one. And a lot of people talk about one in Norton too. I never went to that one, but a lot of people have talked about that one. Um, hmm, wow, I wouldn't even have thought of that. I wouldn't even have thought of that. Or Route One, wow, pretty much right down the street from where I work. I wouldn't even have known that. Few people I know have gone to the one in Norton long ago, but like I said, that was way before my time. That was way before my time. I'm actually turning 50 this June, so so I'm actually right behind you, Bill. I'm actually right behind you. You still out there, Robert? I'm not sure. Hmm. So, Bill, what did you end up doing today? No problem, Robert. I was just seeing if you were out there. I didn't see up in the comments. I wasn't sure, so that's cool. Oh, Bill, I absolutely love going to the Xfinity Center swap meet. That thing, I couldn't begin to tell you. I don't know for the past 2 years I mean. I was told it wasn't happening this past May. I know the May before that, obviously because of COVID and everything. Um, oh yeah, I absolutely love going to that swap meet. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate that. You get to watch my live stream while you're cooking. I love it. I love it. I love it. Uh I don't know if I don't know if they had it this May. I was really bummed out because I actually haven't missed that in a long time. But the last couple of years, I don't know if this May they had it or not. I'm not quite sure. I don't I don't recall I don't recall them having it this year. Um, but I was pretty bummed out about that. Um, you know what? I was going to ask Robert. Now this would be Bill and I are talking about a swap meet for like antique cars, tools. miscellaneous stuff down where we live. So in Arizona, I would imagine that you guys probably have stuff like that um, every so often. And if you do, do you go to stuff like that? Yeah, man. I've been I basically I'm a bum, man. It hasn't been a few years, but it's been 2 years for me. And to be honest with you, I don't know if they're gonna pull something like, well, we're not gonna do it anymore because because the town ordinances they try to pull that one before, and they've been trying to stop it for a long time. You know what I mean? Because just this the stuff that was going on. Some people cool and chill, and they had a good time there, like you and myself. But then there were people there that were getting rambunctious and fighting and everything else, and that spoiled it for everybody else. So um, I'm gonna say I don't know now if they're gonna use COVID as an excuse, or what they're gonna come up with. Um, you know, I think the farthest one I've ever gone out to is in Connecticut. The one in Connecticut. Oh, what's that speedway called? I can't even think of it. Oh, that's the farthest I've ever went out for a swap meet is in Connecticut. Um, that was that wasn't a bad one. That actually wasn't a bad one at all. A lot of good stuff down that way. Um, there was definitely a lot of good stuff up down that way. I had a '57 Chevy at the time, and I picked up a lot of trim parts for it. Um, I'm always looking for tools too, so me, I'm gonna pick up some tools on there. And a Thompson Speedway, thank you. Um, that's it. Um, I basically would love to try another one like this one Bill's talking about, Hershey. I'd love to try that as well, but I don't get to get out there that much. Connecticut was a long drive for me. Uh, I'd like to hit PA and see what that's all about. Absolutely. No, no, Rob. Are you talking about a swap meet now? Are you going back to like the flea markets? That's what the question is. Because I'm not too sure which one it is. I think if I'm not mistaken, it looks like you're talking about a swap meet. I have a buddy that's Thompson's in Connecticut. Um, okay, okay. I kind of jumped around a little bit, so that's my bad. I was jumping from swap meet to flea market. Okay. Um, a lot of times the thing is like the swap meets only once a year, which um which which sucks. But the flea markets are every Sunday, which is cool. Um, those are fun. Those definitely are fun, but that's kind of sucks that he doesn't have them out that way. That sucks. Um, with me, I used to I used to go for the car parts, but then it just started turning to tools and equipment after that. So now that's what it's like right now, tools and equipment, because it like I said, I don't have that car anymore. So the fun and the thrill, the hunt are out of there. You know what I mean? So now it's just the tools, which which is good. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times you never know who's getting selling off what. You know what I mean? Or getting rid of what. Whatever. So Elephant's Trunk, Central Connecticut. I've never heard of that one. I've never heard of that one. Now, Bill, is that a swap meet or a flea market? I've never heard of that one. Oh, okay. Do you go there? Have you gone there in a while? Central Connecticut. Huh. I would actually love to go to Thompson. I actually think Thompson might be either over or another couple of months. I'm not too sure. That's a massive swap meet, Thompson. Going around that racetrack. Huh. Wow, that's kind of weird. They'll probably pay more, and they'll probably end up paying more because all the good stuff's probably been picked through and cherry picked at that point. That's probably why they charge them more money. Difference between a flea market versus a swap meet. I think that the difference is flea market has less, like if you're looking for auto parts for a specific car, 9 times out of 10 you'll end up finding it at a swap meet rather than a flea market. A flea market, you're gonna find um, all general stuff for the most part. It's gonna be all general stuff, and you know, uh, swap meet people are going for car parts mostly, and what they'll do a lot of times is they'll usually wear a T-shirt, usually a white one, and they'll write across the T-shirt in the front and the back. I have, you know, XYZ car, you know what I mean, and looking for parts, and they'll write it right on the shirt. And then usually they'll walk around. They usually walk around and keep looking, the whole vicinity until they actually find someone selling, find a sweet spot where they'll find a sweet spot where they'll find a bunch of parts for that car. When I had a 57 Chevy, I walked around and walked around and walked around, and maybe 5 people out of the whole place, I happened to get lucky. One guy had a whole bunch of parts for the car. He was just trying to get rid of them because he no longer had the parts, and he was selling them off dirt cheap. There was another guy, another guy that was there. He went there every year, and I used to meet up with him every year, and he'd have something different for that car. And the thrill of the hunts there. I used to actually bring my wife with me, and she used to go and look for like headlight buckets for me and hood rockets and all different types of parts for that car. She'd actually find them. She'd actually find them for me, and it was fun. She used to love going there with me, and she had a good time. She had a real good time. Did you used to ride your bike on the course when it was when the stuff was out, or just to do it, just to go around the course, Bill? Hmm. Oh, that's definitely good to know. That's definitely good to know. Thompson. It's worth the drive. I think it was 2.5 hours. I think for me when I last went there. This was back in early 2000s. But they had a lot of stuff down that way, a lot of stuff. But a selection like that's pretty nice. Oh, that's pretty cool. That I just had this up here, and Robert was mentioning indoor swap meet. That's Monday through Sunday. That's kind of unique. A lot of times it's once a week here, and it's they're pretty cool. Like I said, you just spend the day. It's something. It's like a weekend thing to do, you know. And for the most part, hmm, I couldn't remember. It was back in, I think I was there last. It had to be like 2005 or something like that. It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. Um, I ended up getting a lot of parts in my car back then as well. Um, at Thompson, um, I remember filling up a whole trash bag full of like trim parts. I had like trim parts and all kinds of stuff. Now a father and son in Rhode Island actually own my '57 Chevy. I sold it to them um, long ago. Hmm, that's pretty unique. And I think no, I don't think I got lost going down there. I don't think I got lost. I made it down there, but it was about 2.5 hours. But it was worth the ride down there. It was fun. It was definitely fun. No doubt about it. It was definitely fun. Do you ever go up to Rain Bill? Oh, that's pretty good. It's nice when they buy it and they're actually doing a good job instead of the opposite. That's always a good thing. Because sometimes it's a shame and it goes the other way. You never know. You know what I mean? They take it over and it becomes it becomes worse or bad. You know, that's good. That's definitely good to hear. Definitely good to hear. I actually have to see that. Hmm. Is that place still around, Bill? It hasn't changed too much, Bill, but it's actually still got some good stuff around. You know what I mean? You got to hit it at the right time. Uh, sometimes before the winter time, usually it's a last gasp. You know, a lot of people go up there with some good stuff and sell it off. So um, I'd say get there before the winter time anyway. You know, some next couple of weeks or before Thanksgiving. To be honest with you, I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I sorry to hear that. That street's the way people pull the around that area is pretty bad. It's a pretty bad area. A lot of times people aren't paying attention coming out of those streets. That's too bad. You came across that store when were you looking for Kias or because I think Swansea, you're probably close. You're probably closer to that area. I'm in the Brockton area, so you're probably closer to. Well, yeah, because you're in the Attleboro area. I'm down the Brockton area, so you're probably closer to Swansea. You're definitely closer to Swansea than I am. Yeah, that's still around. That's actually called Traders World in Brockton. That's actually still around. To be honest with you, um, I just bought an old school hard handled roundhead ratchet there 2 weeks ago. But that's Traders World. Yeah, that's still around. They actually moved probably 4 times. They used to be at the Westgate Mall. They used to be across from the Westgate Mall. They used to be down the street from the Westgate Mall. Then they used to be on um, off Belmont Street, and they just opened back up behind where the Stop and Shop is in Brockton. So if you're ever actually looking for that place, it's behind the Stop and Shop um, store that closed down. It's behind that. It's called Traders World. Still the same name. But yeah, they just opened up and they're still around. They're still around actually. Okay. I still gotta go there sometime. Um, well, it's early because, like I said, people leave that place around 12 o'clock, and by the time I got up there, there was I don't know, there's about 7 or 8 people there, and probably before I got there, it was probably like 30 or 40 people there. Pawtucket Prom Brokers. Hmm. I think I've heard of them. Um, I think I've heard of them. I think they have one. Oh no, that's Empire Alone. That's in Stoughton. Pawtucket Pawnbrokers. I have heard of them. So, Robert, what time is it in Arizona right now? It's got to be probably what 6:40 at night, something like that. What do we got here? We got 9:40 at night, and in a few minutes it's gonna be 9:41. But I'm thinking West Coast. West Coast. He's got to be 3 hours. He's got to be 3 hours behind us. I don't remember. I don't remember Kristaps. I don't remember that. Where was that, Bill? Oh, Christos. Christos. Yes, I do. I do remember Christos. Um, nice. They have that was a nice restaurant. They have a Christos kind of it's it's still called Christos. It's in like Whitman or something like that, or in that area. But yeah, it it's I do remember that. It's a good restaurant. It was a real good restaurant. Bill wants to know how hot it is in Arizona right now. Here in Mass, I think I can still go out a t-shirt. I know that. I haven't checked the weather, but it's pretty tolerable. It's pretty tolerable right now. Not bad at all. I don't know if Dale still lives in Arizona or not. Dale Lucid. I wonder if I don't know. I can't remember. I think he said he was moving a while ago, but he was out in Arizona. I think, but I think he said he might have been moving. Nice. Good deal, man. Good deal. Good deal. King's Castle Land. Oh yeah, remember. I remember of it. I never went there, but I do remember of it. And they say that you can still see. I think it was that roller coaster like behind where like a carpet building or something like that for King's Castle Land. Uh, Paragon Park was fun to remember. Oh wow, huh? That's funny. That's funny. Wow, I was gonna ask you how. I was gonna ask you about that, Robert, but I guess that's funny. Live down the street from him. That's funny. That is funny. He is a nice guy. Do you mean Dale? We got some rain coming down here. You could hear it right now, Bill. I don't know if you're getting rain down in Attleboro, but um, the wind's picking up, and I hear some drops out there. So it's raining down in the Brockton area. That had to be funny, Robert. That had to be funny. He that is funny. Did you end up getting to talk to him or anything? I actually I actually sent him out. I actually sent him out a guest invite tonight, and him and Ed, the old tech guy, but I never heard back. Actually, Jay Who actually said he had some stuff to do, but I didn't hear anything back from Dale. I didn't hear anything back from Ed either. So I don't know what was going on, if they didn't get it or they don't check them, or I'm not too sure. I thought so. I thought so. See him on a live stream last week. Um, yeah, I try to get him on this one, but I guess maybe they were busy. Like I said, maybe didn't get the invitations. I don't know. It's hard to say. Would have been fun, but like I said, it's all good. I did actually go there probably early '90s, when it was in Berlin, Mass. Actually, yes, I have. I have. I have gone there. I actually went down there, and had some stuff signed. Met Robert England. Met Elvira. Um, yeah, those are the only two. And I remember I was smoking back then. Actually, um, I had Elvira sign. I had a pack of Camels, empty pack of Camels. She signed it for me, and I can remember her writing "Stop smoking" or something like that. It was something like that. I lost them, but I remember her signing the cigarette pack. But yes, I have gone there. Hmm. He seems like a nice guy, Rob. He seems like a nice guy. Um, I remember a long time ago, I live streamed him about a year ago or so. He seems like a nice guy. I like him, you know, and that's cool. Foxborough location. Foxborough, the stadium, or are you talking about the stadium? Yep. Jehu's definitely hurting from that still, I'd say myself. And that's true too. When the hotter it rains, the dog wants to go out. That is true. That is definitely true. And the hotter it rains, the hotter it is for them to go to the bathroom too. When you want them to go, it rains hotter and they don't go. What's that all about, Bill? Are you talking about like no the construction or closest to TV I've ever gotten was Channel 5 coming down when they hacked into the state inspection Massachusetts state inspection site with that you know back in I think it was in April. That was the closest I've gotten to that, and it's pretty funny because all the time you're actually talking and being interviewed, it's like maybe a half hour, 45 minutes. They put it all into like 10 minutes. You know, like the clip that I have on my one of my videos when they came when Channel 5 came down with Rondella Richardson. Yeah, that was probably 45 minutes all broken down into 10 minutes. But yeah, I ended up saying, "Wow, where did all that other stuff go?" That's the funny thing about that. Hmm. Do they still use that, Bill? I know in Brockton, where they hold the fair, um, they had horse racing there, and they end up doing a good job and closing all that down. The stables are pretty nice. Um, the whole thing was set up nice, and they only used it once or twice, and they never used it again. I don't know how much money George County spent on it, but he spent a lot of money. Hmm, that's pretty interesting. Now it's pouring down here. I hear the rain coming down pretty good. It's not gonna be fun taking the dog out now, man. I don't know if it's raining by you, Bill, but it's coming down pretty hard here. Oh yeah, the stadium took everything over. Stadium definitely took everything over. Absolutely, absolutely. It's amazing how how big that got when it was. I can remember when I was a kid that used to be Schaefer Stadium, you know, and then the '80s and '90s when nobody was interested in the Patriots. get tickets cheap now. Now you can't even can't buy one if you wanted to. They're so expensive. Thank you, Robert. You have a good night, man. Enjoy your dinner and have a safe one, man. Good. We'll we'll catch you around next time, man. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. A lot of that's a lot of WWE's changed now. It's a lot different than it used to be. That's for sure. That's pretty cool. You getting a lot of rain, Bill, down in Attleboro? It's pouring down here, man. It's absolutely pouring down here. Yeah, I'm not really either. I watch stuff from time. I watch it from time to time. You know, occasionally, occasionally I'll catch a game or two. You know what I mean? But me too. I'm not a huge sports fan either. You know, but like I said, I'll catch a couple. I'll catch a couple of games here and there, but nothing big. Yeah, I can imagine what that must be like. That must be something else. Yep. uh, that's gotta be something else. That's definitely gotta be something else. I tell you, I don't know, have such a hard time getting the live stream started today. I think it's about 10 minutes 10 minutes into it late, and I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. Well, for a Saturday night, it's pretty quiet tonight. I have to say that, man. It's pretty quiet. Definitely pretty quiet. You know, actually, we haven't heard from is Clayton. Have you seen has Clayton been putting any videos out? I haven't seen Clayton for a while. Hopefully he's okay. Yeah, it's starting to slow down now. The rain's actually slowing down. It was coming down hot a few minutes ago. I could hear it outside. That's pretty cool. I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like tomorrow, but hopefully, hopefully it's not too crazy. You know, I don't know if they were talking about rain in the forecast. They could have been. It's hard to say. Williams, okay, Williams Grove Speedway in Pennsylvania. Okay, I would love to actually. I would actually love to go down to those areas. But boy, I'll tell you, it's good hike plus the time plus the time. Hmm. I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show, Bill, but I was talking about how rough some of the tool deals are, man, and boy, one of them was tough. Those Mac tools, and I gave him a 24-inch pry bar, and oh, nice. That's cool, man. That's a cool thing to do. A lot of times, you end up with triples and everything else. Same with me. Um, I sent him a 24-inch pry bar that was one in the end that was broken off at the handle and supposed to be warranted. He had it for 4 months and had me wait to find out. I think it was like Wednesday. It's got to cost you $22 to have it sent back to me in the condition it was in, not warranted, and to pay him $22 to get it back. I'm like, unbelievable. Man, I'm telling you. That's funny. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You didn't need a couple of them? Yeah, I wish I could say the same. I used to have a good one, and I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. You know, but now, like I said, I'm paying $22 for the tool I broke. Hey, nothing wrong with that. He's believe me, Bill. He's got the money, so I wouldn't worry about that. It's good deal. Good deal. Um, a good deal. But I like I was saying, I had a good one. I had a good one, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, got a new one, and not so much. And like I said, I don't have to warranty too many tools from them, and and it's like wow, I'm asking for one thing, and it's like you know all the money I spend with them. It's just like wow, this is this is crazy. I mean, I probably should have told them just keep it, and I'll get a damn new pry bar off you, and that's it. I don't know. It is what it is. That's what I say. You know, you can't cry over spilt milk, as they say. You know. Yeah. Now, who is that from? Snap on or from Mac? That's funny. Yeah, Mako used to have some good stuff. I've seen last time I seen Mako dealer, he was in the Stoughton Easton area a few weeks ago. I think it was on I want to say a Thursday. A Thursday. And when I worked at the Ford dealership, we had one, and he went to an independent. So he actually used to be a Matco dealer, and he went independent. And they tried to get another one in there, and he didn't end up showing up. Okay, Snap on, that's cool. Those guys actually, uh, good and bad, absolutely, absolutely. The guy I deal with is awesome. I have to say he's awesome. Um, there's another guy I used to work with that he's out in Lynn, and he had before I had a guy I could talk to about warranty any stuff. He ended up sending some stuff out, and some of that stuff I never end up getting back. So it is what it is. I can't cry over spilt milk, but there are some bad ones out there too. You know. Right, right. My guy's pretty cool. He gave me this. He gave me this hat here. It's got the light on it. Maybe open that. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it's got the light on it. I don't know how the heck you wash it, but but pretty good one. You know, you put it on, and you can see everything. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. He says he goes, oh, he goes you want one of these hats? I'm like, I sure do. I worked for Rodman. I worked for Rodman in Foxborough, right across from the stadium. Yep. It was pretty good there. There's a lot of guys, a lot of good guys there, I have to say, at that dealership. There were a lot of good guys there. Huh. Now that's pretty interesting. I haven't. You said you haven't seen one since, was it 2006? Wow, that's pretty interesting. We just got a year ago. We just got a Cornwall dealer. Um, he came by the shop accidentally, and now every once in a while he'll pop in, and like Santa Claus, he'll pop in every so often, and you need anything, you know what I mean? And I told him, once in a while, I'll pick something up here and there. Um, about I left there in 2017, so I worked there from I'd say from 14 to 17. Um, it was on and off though, Bill. I worked there. I had to come from another shop, and then I went to an independent shop, and I went back there. Oh, Waham's pretty nice. That must be a nice place to work. Waham's a nice town. That's a nice town. I like Ford. Ford was good. It's just that the only thing sucks that uh, with dealerships is all the politics. You know what I mean? And you never know what kind of politics you're gonna end up with. Um, good and bad management, but you know, it's sometimes it can be a lot of politics there. You see that a lot. You know. So nobody wants to go there because Snap on they buy the most stuff off of Snap on, or they think they think they think they won't buy anything. That happens a lot, but I mean, some people like to try things new. You know what I mean, and a little flavor. Like when I worked at Rodman, we had the one guy. He was Macco, but they went independent. We had Mac on Wednesday, so it was Matco independent Monday, Mac on Wednesday, and Thursday Snap on came in whenever he felt like it. So they used to call, like I said, they used to call him Santa Claus because he'd come in when he felt like it. You know. Hmm, that's pretty cool. Like I said, Ford actually was pretty good brand to work on. You know. Um, Nowadays, with stuff so complex, it's tough. It's definitely tougher now. It's definitely tougher. Huh? Jack Madden and Franklin Ford. Never knew that. Huh? Never knew that. Wow. Cornwall comes in, just pops his head in the door maybe once a month now, and Mac. mm, After what happened Wednesday, I don't know, man. You know, like I said, I don't mind spending some money, but he I don't know. My original Mac guy had no problem, with any of the stuff. You know what I mean? If there ever was, he'd tell me, and then I'd be like, yeah, okay, no problem. But this guy, nah, man, I had to wait 4 months just to find out that I had to pay $22 to get the stupid broken tool sent back to him, to me. Uh, very, very depressing, man. Very depressing. You know, I was pretty depressed. You know, never had anything like that happen with the other guys. That's the first time that's ever happened. You know, that's the first time. Do you ever come across Cornwall or no? No, rain's still coming down pretty hard out there. It's not gonna be fun taking the dog out now, man. Is it raining by you, Bill, at all, or no? Still coming down. It's coming back down over here. Huh. Yeah, you don't see them too much. I remember when I worked at one place, I was trying to get a rep down, and man, it's so hard to get any of those guys to send someone down. And like I said, at the shop I'm in now, he accidentally came in trying to find another place, and then I bought some stuff off him. He'd come around, and then all of a sudden, you know, um, he came in less and less and less. And then I remember a couple months back, he sent me the wrong ratchet. They replaced the whole ratchet. They sent me a brand new one, but it was the wrong one. He was supposed to replace it, and I ordered some wrenches off him, but he never told me if they're in or not. That was months ago. Huh. Yeah, it's coming down here, man. It's coming down pretty good. It's not gonna be fun taking the dog out, man. You're lucky. That's coming down pretty good here. You can hear the big drops. You can hear them. And then, like you said, the more it rains, the more the dog wants to go out. I took mine out just before it started raining. Now it's coming down pretty good. I just hope that when we take him out, he doesn't get stubborn. Because a lot of times it rains pretty good, he gets stubborn, he gets scared. Hopefully that doesn't happen. I wish I could say that. By myself. I wish I could say that. Uh, yeah, I wish I could say that. Oh man. Uh, what a tiring day today, Bill. What a tiring day, man. Uh, very tiring. Yeah, man, it's been a long time since I've been on a live stream. I figured I'd do one. You know, it's been a little while. It's definitely been a little while. I try to get a hold of Ed, Jehu, and Dale, but the only one who responded was Jehu. So you know, but like I said earlier today, they probably maybe didn't get the message or something. Yeah, dogs, well, man, they wake you up early too. Mine wakes me up every day at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, Same thing with the little orange tiger cat. He gets up around 5, so he's up with the birds. He's up with the birds, man. But that's pretty cool. Dogs getting that routine. They like it. That makes them happy. That's a good thing, man. My shop actually has been sold. My shop has been sold. It got sold about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. Um, the owner's last name I don't know yet because I'm just really getting to meet them, so I'm not quite sure what his last name is. But I just sold. They just sold the shop because that shop's been run there since the 1950s. Box, yeah, box, box got a lot of good stuff. I actually, um, I actually have to talk to Bach Honda because a kid jumped in front of me about 2 weeks ago, and I ended up sliding into him. So I got to get some crash parts. Hey, Power Stroke Jude, what's up, man? Good to see you. Nice. It's got to be. Let's see. What do we got here? 10:23. It's got to be. Yeah, it's probably got about almost 7:30, West Coast. I'd say that, Bill. Right? I'd say it's about 7:30 for Jude right now. More than likely. I think so. Yeah, West Coast is 3 hours behind us, so I'd say it's about 7:30, right, Jude? Just a auto body. Okay. Now, Bill, are you on Route One? That sounds awfully familiar. Go Astros. They definitely can. They definitely can. I just gotta find out. I just gotta find out what we're dealing with because I guess they said that he was coming out of a one way backwards to the entrance um, of a parking lot, and someone let him go. I slid right into him. So I was in the flow of traffic, luckily, but I don't know. I gotta get on that one of these days. Get that thing fixed up. Ah, huh. Smith Street. It's funny. I mean, work on Route One, but that it sounds familiar. It definitely sounds familiar, but I don't know yet. I'm not yet sure. But I guess one way or the other, I gotta send it somewhere. One of these days. Maybe I'll pop in, man. How far? That's hmm, nice. My commute's my commute's about a half hour. I wish mine was short. Question for Jude. What do you think? Do you want to jump in, Jude? Not bad at all. Not bad at all. South. Route One goes a long way, man. Long, long way. I keep forgetting you're from the Attleboro area because, like I say, I'm down here toward Brockton. So, oh, okay. So you're okay. So you're you're down by where that Army Navy store is then. All right. All right. I know exactly what that is. Exactly. Jude, you still out there? Maybe not. That looks like Jude might have left. All right. All right. Well, getting kind of late, Bill. So I'm gonna I'm gonna end it here, and hopefully, thanks for joining me, man. And hopefully you had a hopefully you had a good time. And I don't know. I think he was here. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but um, he was on the count. And then it went to zero, and then you jumped back in, and it looks like it's just you and myself. So I don't know. Maybe he jumped off a little bit. So I'm not sure, but I am gonna turn in, man. So Bill, I really appreciate you coming on, man, and thank you so much for joining. I will I'll hopefully have another stream out there soon again. So I'm gonna definitely have another video. But thanks so much for coming on, and I hope you have a good night and take care of yourself, man. And wish everyone a good night. All right, Bill. On that note, you have a good night yourself, man. And I'll see you guys all around the next one. Thanks a lot. I'll see you guys on the next one.